This workshop shows you various ways to evaluate different outcomes by changing one or several variables, really more in the scheme of performing what-if analyses. So we're going to look at data tables, scenario manager, and solver, and a couple of other little things. So first, a very simple break-even analysis. So let's go over that real quick. On the break-even analysis worksheet tab, the idea here is you have your revenue, right? The number of clients times the fee per client, and that's your gross revenue. Your expenses, you have some fixed costs. So these are things that don't change, like salaries, utilities, etc. And your variable costs, which are things like the instructor commission, which is uses the gross revenue, the amount of revenue that the instructors generate, times a 10% commission rate. The supplies per client, so that's $10 per the number of clients. That's a variable fee. So you have your fixed costs, you have your variable costs. Those together add up to your total expenses, and then total expenses subtracted from gross revenue is going to give you your net income. When it's a negative number, it's a loss. When it's a positive number, it's a profit. So the idea of a break-even analysis is to determine the minimum number of clients that you need to teach in essence, or that need to have lessons to generate at least a profit. So you can go a bunch of different ways and just kind of play. So setting up Excel in the right way, you can play with the number of clients. So I can type in 65 and I can see that I've generated here a profit. If I type in 55, I haven't reached that number yet. So I know it's somewhere between 55 and 65 is going to be my break even. And I can kind of come back and forth and go that way and in essence play a hot cold game to see if I can get this to the closest number. Now, a tool that the book includes is inserting. An idea would be inserting a scroll bar. So going on the developer tab into this area where we went to with the macro button, you can install a scroll bar just like this, and you would format the controls so that the current value here, it's going to be, instead of typing the numbers and hitting enter, we can just kind of manage this number here. So the current value we can put in is 55. The minimum value I can say might be, well, we know 55 is already a loss, so let's make that the minimum value, and the maximum value can be 100. And the incremental change is 1 and everything else stays the same. The cell link is this link here, so you have to put a reference to that link. If you click OK and then click out of the box, now this scroll, so if you watch, as I scroll up and down, so you can see here right where that change is between red and green is for the net income. So it's 63 for a loss, 63 clients, 64 clients is for a profit, and so 64 would be about our break even because you can't have a partial client, you need a whole number. So that's one way of doing it. The reason why this switches from green to red is that we've put in some conditional formatting on that cell that says if it's, so we can go to, so if the cell value is greater than 0, make it look like this format, and if the cell value is less than 0, make it look like this format. And that's the conditional formatting. The book steps you through the steps. So that's what they call break-even analysis.